3, 2, 1, and we're live.
Yo, what's happening, man? Y'all already know what it is. It's Twice Talk. And we are listeners supported by 91.5 The Rebel, HD2, Las Vegas, the broadcast service of UNLV. And as always, I'm accompanied by the beautiful Oak. How you doing today?
I'm good.
Lovely, lovely. And we also have the infamous DJ Omeezy in the house. Man, he ended up gracing us with his presence, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, guys. Glad to be here.
Oh, love. First of all, I wanted to congratulate you about your family. In addition to your family, man, fatherhood is an amazing thing.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. So I know that you had a couple run-ins with Oak a couple times, man, and y'all had some heated tobaccos, man.
Well,
don't you dare!
I'm just saying,
man, it's all love, man. Oak just got a lot of different views and a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, so what was one of those conversations like? If I wanted to be a fly on the wall or something like that. Like, come on, let me fill us in.
It wasn't even really a conversation, man, because it was a lot of it was on the internet. So,
oh, for real?
Yeah, man.
Omar, we go way back.
I know, but the ones that like was like, you know what, man, I don't know if me and I all of that was like really just the internet argument, and then the spectators from the sidelines, you know, so. I'm glad we're here today, though, because now we can really just talk.
Love. That's what I like to hear. Tell me. Can I get some words on you?
Me and Omar, we go back and forth. I go back and forth with people.
What was the content about? Like,
okay, but which one?
I don't know, man.
Which conversation?
It's normally something that has to do with a man and a woman.
It's
I could have guessed that one.
Yeah.
I could. Why I did guess that?
Yeah.
Well, because there's a lot of double standards out there. Ton of them.
Oh.
And I just like to call them out.
Oh yeah.
I do.
So you called out Omeezy on there.
You know what? When Omar, the only reason why I call Omar out is because I'm like, Omar, come on now.
You live 2 lives? You probably live like 7 lives.
It's just that I've just grown to like just believe in whatever I believe in, man. Like I still respect what everybody else believes in.
So, but what you believe in though?
I don't know, man. It just depends on the subject. Toss the topic, and then we can just get to it.
Okay. He said he want to dive in, y'all.
Oh, go ahead and shoot for me.
Right.
Shoot for me.
Okay, so I'll just bring up one thing.
Okay.
Why is a woman's status or admiration tied to her ability to get a man and retain him?
Now, when you say status, what do you elaborate?
Okay, I'll talk about like this. You had a comment on Facebook or a status, and you said, "Oh, you always in somebody's business. Go get a man."
Okay.
That sounded real. That sounded real professional. Listen, like he was took it personal too.
All right. So
no, I didn't necessarily take it personal, but
I know that post, and I feel like that post is really old.
It is
old.
I
know, and I look at a lot of my old posts, and I make like the face, like, dude, what were you talking about? But at the same time, I can also say that if I made the post, that means I was probably shooting a subliminal to somebody.
Oh yeah, so like, somebody's supposed to catch that one.
Like, and I kind of just don't like the people that want everybody to live how they live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's probably why.
What do you think that is? What do you think that's for? Like, why do people try to impose their life onto somebody else?
Because you have social media. It gave everybody a voice to feel like they're empowered to run everybody else's life. Like, dude, run your own life. Be happy the way you want to be happy. And, you know, we'll just keep it moving. Everybody don't have the same happy, you know?
Everybody don't got this. So if I were to ask you what's happiness, what would you say it is? Do people find happiness? Do you just run into happiness? Or like you pick it up in your pocket? What's going on?
I don't even think you can put a definition on it, man, because what makes you happy might not make me happy. So I can't tell you what happiness is because you feel how you feel. So I don't know. That's just where I stand as far as happiness goes.
Okay, I hope you didn't feel picked on.
Nah, it was just funny because I'm like, man, she did her research and picked out this old post.
No, I remember it. No, I remember it.
Okay.
But a lot of men will make these comments like, oh, she don't even have a man. She can't even get a man. You're talking to these women that don't got a man. And it's like, okay, like, so does that make her, like, trash because of that? Is she less of a woman than other women that have men?
Yeah, she better learn how to cook, clean, wash dishes. Oh, she need all of that.
Well,
and she need to be more supportive. That's what she needs to really do.
Everybody needs to know how to wash, cook, and clean.
Except for me.
Okay, but does she want a man?
Nah, I'm the best cleaner.
Does she want a man?
Does she want a man?
If she want a man, she gonna do what she's supposed to be doing.
I think. And what is that, Twice?
It's what the list I just said, +7.
Well, that's easy then.
Exactly. That's easy.
Cooking and cleaning. I want to name another another double standard.
What else?
But this is going to be against men, or I don't even know how to.
I got one for you. I got one for you.
What?
How about when women be trying to fight on men, acting like men?
Slow down now.
Oh, my bad. You know, cause I really had a situation like that for real.
When women try to fight men.
Yeah, this girl tried to kill me before.
Okay, cool. What's your take on women putting their hands on men? What should a man do?
What should a man do?
Yes.
I think
Great question.
I think that a man should defend himself.
Okay.
Rather that means him socking her or just,
defend himself.
I guess grappling her.
Well, defense is a fine line,
Right, I'm not saying to hit her back. I'm saying to either walk away, call the police,
secure the situation.
Just, yeah, I guess so.
I just feel like that's a really great topic, and in this day and age, I feel like abuse from women to men is like growing. I don't know. Like, I think it's a big deal.
It is.
And nobody talks about it. Nobody cares about it. So you're saying if a man get hit or abused by his woman.
People turn the blind eye.
So how you feel about if I were to tell you that gender roles were starting to reverse? Would you agree, disagree? How would you take that information?
Gender roles?
Yeah, give me some. What roles?
Like women are doing more masculine things, and
like what?
Men are doing more feminine things.
Like what?
No.
Like what?
See, I didn't want to bring this one up.
I seen a rapper wearing pearls. I thought that was odd.
I mean, like, oh yeah.
No odd.
I mean, more so like I actually I know the true essence of femininity and masculinity. I wanted to say this.
You know the true essence of it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, but Omeezy, you bringing it out, man.
Okay.
It's for you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this.
Let's get to it.
So, the true essence of masculinity is decision making. Okay.
Okay.
And the true essence of femininity is, did I say that? Yeah, something like that. I feel like Dora. You know what I'm saying?
Femininity. Okay.
Femininity
what's that?
Is creativity, creation.
And actually, I think you have it wrong.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah.
What is the true essence?
I read somewhere, in many places really, that masculinity is creativity and femininity is
decision making,
nurturing, or something like that.
Nurturing.
So we're supposed to nurture a man's creativity, is what it was saying.
Is that what you show? Because men are supposed to make the decisions of what's going to happen, how is it supposed to happen, even in the wild.
Even in the wild.
Masculinity, you're making the decision. Yeah. It's either you live or you die.
You live or you
It's like survival, for real. And then femininity, creation, you're bearing childbirth.
Okay.
You're creating more life.
Okay.
So that's like where the root of it is. We like to get to the root.
What do you think the true essence of masculinity is?
I don't know, man. I'm just listening. I was waiting for the next topic. That was a little deep.
I didn't mean to, man. I didn't mean to drop
Let's get back to the abusive situation. So there was a video, and Slim sent it to me about, and it was basically representing a man being aggressive towards his girlfriend, and everybody jumped in and stopped them, like, "Oh, don't do that! Don't do that!" And it was just like an experiment. So it was all staged. The actions were staged, but not the people that were watching. And then they did the same exact thing with a woman being abusive towards her dude, and no one cared. Nobody said anything.
Of course,
like that. So it's definitely a double standard there. And
as long as you know.
And actually, most abuse in a relationship is emotional.
Right.
And a lot of men suffer that. Like, a woman will humiliate her dude in front of a guy, and it's a double standard. Like, oh, well, he allowed it. he allowed her to do that. So it's like,
yeah, and I kind of think that this is like, is a man too emotional if he expresses that, like, yo, like, I think you're just doing a little bit too much, you're starting to hurt my feelings, you know, like, and I think that's like that might be like where pride comes in, you know, like it might be our fault, like we not, you know, I don't know. It's
what you mean by that? It
like,
might be our fault.
Like we letting our pride get in the way of actually expressing how we really feel.
Oh,
like, you know,
okay.
like,
pride does do that.
You know, it does. It happens to the best of us. So I don't know, man. I think it's kind of like a catch-22. What are you willing to put up with? What you willing to do? Are you gonna deal with your pride, or you gonna tell your girl that you're hurt? You know, I'm hurting.
I'm gonna let her know. Keep it real. You got, but you know,
that's tricky.
Then you sit out there thinking you Pretty Ricky or something. They thinking you singing all the Love Jones songs into them.
Right,
man. You know, they want to play it. They want that player juice, all that.
And that's like what's kind of weird about this day, man. Like we don't even have like really good like mainstream R&B, man. So like men aren't even in touch with their feelings anymore. You know, this is a whole other topic going off, but I just don't feel like men are like,
they're not allowed to.
Right, you know, it's not cool.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool to be a good man to your woman and be there and express how you feel. You know,
oh my god,
it's not cool anymore. So it's like,
it's cool to be a cheater. It's cool to cheat now. It's cool to have a side piece.
I think it's cool. It's cool to have per se. It's cool to have your woman be more of like a do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm not saying I really think it's cool, but I think like that's where we've come to where the women are like really more of like
the
servants.
Masculine.
You know, well, I mean, I don't know.
Servants.
I try to be different, man. But go ahead.
No, servants and because you're saying like what's out in the media, what's popular, in pop culture. And I agree with the whole like, oh, women are supposed to do this or do that. And also it seemed like it's like popping out to have your woman give you money to take care of you. Yeah. It's like, oh, my woman does this or she ain't doing this.
Well, women are making all the money in the world anyway. And if all the just keep it real. They make all the bread.
Keep that thing 300.
For real. And that's another reason why I said gender roles reverse. Women are bringing the bread home, man.
That is
so
funny.
What you gonna do, Twice? How you adapt?
What's up, baby? You hungry? Yeah, I'm cooking right now, baby. What's up? You want me to bring your bath water? What's up?
That's what's up.
I'm gonna be like Chappelle and Oprah.
Hey, you know what's funny about the gender role switching that he's saying, like now I full-time DJ, so like my days are free, and my girlfriend still works, so like I'll be at home just chilling, and I'll be like, that would be wrong for her to have to come home and still have to clean and still have to cook. So I'll be like right up in there,
cool.
Like, let me bust these.
That's love right there.
Like I try to do that sometimes.
Why sometimes?
Because man, like because I'm not creative every day with making meals. You know, like
you definitely have to think.
I feel like women are like they own that. You know, like they know they're good at that. My girlfriend is really good at getting like a meal ready. Like this is what we're gonna eat and put some stuff together and make it make sense.
If I had to depend on a guy to go in the pantry and find some stuff to throw together, I might be hungry. You might be right. You might be right. Because I know I could just find some stuff and throw it together and be like, damn.
And the man be like, man, she cold. She a cooker. She a cooker. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, Omeezy, man. So how long you been working at this DJing thing, man? Honestly, you're one of the premier DJs out here, man. And I did want to congratulate that on too. You coming up, man. And you got a nice ear, nice talent. So we're gonna ask you a little bit of questions about you, and then maybe a little bit about the Vegas community. Just get your intake on.
Okay.
So what's how is the DJing going? Do you enjoy it? Do you find it like troubling? What are some of the obstacles you had to come across when you were coming up?
Man, I actually love it. I in my generation, I kind of got a late start, man, because I was throwing parties prior to actually DJing. So
yeah. A
lot of DJs I know, they started more so when they were like between their teenage years and like 21. I started when I was like 25, but the only reason I started, man, and like this is no disrespect to anybody in Las Vegas, like I just started because like I went to Houston And I just saw how like just their way of life was as far as like nightlife.
Yeah.
And the way the DJ like really controlled the whole club and like was just playing like really good music, and everything didn't have to be, you know, a hood track. You know, it was like some 90s music, you know, some good R&B. Just like it was just like a broad range of music, you know. So and I was like, man, we don't have this. So I'm gonna bring this, and that's why I came back and I was telling my boy, I was like, dude, you gotta teach me how to DJ. You gotta teach me how to DJ, and he wouldn't teach me. He thought I wasn't serious, but I just watched him, you know, just watching.
You're talking about Conrad.
No,
did he help you?
No. This is way after. I'm talking about like this is when I used to be with like Street Buzz, like with Nepo, DJ Nepo.
Oh, okay.
And I was telling Nepo like, man, put me on. He was like, man, you ain't serious, man. And then sure enough, dude, I was just watching, and then like I saved up some money, man. I bought a laptop, I bought a mixer, and I just got on YouTube, and I learned so much, dude. Like it was crazy. And then like I really got my start at this lounge like called Sitar, man, and like that's where I was able to like really learn and like really read crowds and see what people like, control the flow, you know what to play late, know what to play early, you know, like it was just breaking down like the science, you know, and like still to this day, man, I'm still learning, you know.
Man, the day you never learned a bad day. I know you. For real. We all learning every day.
Yeah, man. So like, I mean, I'm blessed with the opportunities that are presented to me. As far as obstacles in Vegas, man, it's really, really tough to be a comfortable African American in Las Vegas as far as entertainment goes, because you have to go outside of your comfort zone, man, and sometimes you have to play music. You have to play music for other people, you know, other races. Yeah. And I've actually had the royalty of enjoying that, like growing to enjoy it. But when I first started out, I was just a hip hop DJ. Yeah. But that's frowned upon when it comes down to, you know, our community. Yeah, you know, it's frowned upon as far as like how the police work. You know, like you have like the police having your name and following you on social media. You know, like it's kind of ridiculous.
The police follow you on social media?
I'm sure.
Because you're a black DJ.
I think this goes back to my promoter.
I don't doubt that.
Oh, because of you.
They want to know where all the people gonna be.
Probably.
Oh, wow.
And they're gonna show up.
They're gonna show up.
It still happens though, and it's not just happening to me. Any African American that pulls African American young adults, the police know who you are.
If you cater to that crowd, they know they're on you. They're following you.
Mm-hmm. They want to know where they're gonna be.
Let's see who we can arrest today.
Exactly. You know they do have quotas. You know that, right? By the end of the month, like so, don't do no speeding. Don't do no speeding at the end of the month, because what's going to end up happening is like, they gonna pull you over. They got quotas every month. Yeah, every month. So you do a lot of DJing around the city. You know, sometimes you leave town. You quite have gigs out there. But the question is, well, we've had a debate about Las Vegas culture. We won't go too deep into that. You know, we might get riled up.
My goodness! What do you think our culture is lacking? Like when people compare the Vegas culture to other cities, what do you think that is? When they're like Vegas doesn't have that, what do you think they're referring to?
I think we lack the support of our city officials. I think that we have too many people from too many places in one city. I don't think we have enough blacks in Las Vegas that are like running the city. So you have people from New York, people from Cali, people from down south, and everybody moves different, and you throwing them all in one pot. And I think that's why I really honestly think this is like our strongest problem with like trying to build a strong community and really creating culture, because everybody's from different places, man. When you go to LA, it's not going to be like Texas, and when you go to Texas, it's not going to be like LA. Right. So you throwing somebody from Texas and LA in one city, and you want them to just make it work, and it's not working. And I honestly don't think there's any solution for that. Like that's just how Vegas is going to be, and it's not. And not having like the city officials on your side doesn't make it any better. You know, you don't have the support of them.
So you're telling me that you don't think there's a solution to better communication between races?
No, No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying
that with the same race from different.
He's saying he
no. When I don't see a solution throwing people from all over the country into one place
to make one culture.
Right, I don't see it. What is it?
Love, baby. We gotta teach love. Hey, there's no better religion or no better belief.
You think that love is gonna make us have a Vegas culture?
Yes. And what I say about the culture in Vegas, basically, we don't support enough. We don't love each other.
Yeah, people
enough.
don't show up.
Like I think I've said this before. Why do you think Atlanta is ran by the hustlers? Because they support each other.
But at the same time, man, like if you live in Las Vegas, you know that Las Vegas is really two different cities. And the city of Las Vegas supports the Strip, and we're not the Strip. You know what I'm saying? So like that's already like a dilemma in itself.
That's the competition.
Yeah, like Atlanta, that's what Atlanta does. Atlanta is like one of the richest black cities in the nation. Like they're controlled by all black people. Like everybody goes to the same spots in Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can find people that deal with drugs, and you can find the biggest rap artists in the world in the same club. You know, like that's how that works out there. It's just Vegas. You can't compare to any place, man. You can't. There's no place like Las Vegas.
I'll tell you like this. Marcus Banks once told me. He said, "If Las Vegas had a beach, it'd be the best city in the world." And I think I'll take his word on it.
It'll be the best city in the world if you had his kind of money.
If you had this kind of bread.
If you had this kind of money, dude, you wouldn't even care about culture and community, dude. Like you wouldn't care about making stuff better. If you lived in Las Vegas and you was just stupid rich.
The thing is, he's been to all these places though. He's been to all those cities across the country.
But he's talking about in terms of attraction. We're talking about
different parts of the world. But see, the thing is, when you have that kind of money, you have that kind of bread, those still same attractions are in other cities as well. You can still have the same kind of fun.
Right. Okay.
But that's not culture though.
Right.
Like we talking about culture, and
I think that the Vegas culture is shifting. I see a lot more mixers and events that's dedicated to promoting local business owners.
Yeah.
We just had 2 showcases, or we've been having a lot of showcases at Miss Nightclub, and also we just had one at Nietzsche.
I've heard a few about that.
So I really feel like we're trying to go in the right direction.
Yeah.
And also we have Institution, which is ran by a guy from LA, but it's also a lot of people from Vegas that goes to these events that he allows to put up art. So I think that if we just keep moving that way, I think we'll do better.
I think we have so let's kind of break culture down, like there's different parts of it.
Talk to me.
Music culture, I don't see it. Art and fashion, of course, but that's what's hot right now. Kanye's art and fashion, like that's hot. So I understand why
it's popular.
Because it's hot. It's hot everywhere. You can go anywhere with some art.
I'll tell you why it's hot. Because we living in a world where an image is more valuable than the intelligence. So if you go ahead and get an artist that can put an image elegantly to express the intelligence that the artist has, you're going to get something that's going to go viral.
I can agree with that. I also, kind of to piggyback off of that and go in a different direction, I kind of feel like, I don't feel like not a lot of artists. I feel like the new artists, their work isn't genuine. Like they're not doing.
I believe that.
They're not doing what's really in their heart. They're doing what they see another artist doing, and you know, like I don't. And that's kind of disrespectful to the craft, you know. And that's what any craft though. Like if it's not coming from your heart, man, then you're disrespecting the craft and everybody involved in it. So I don't know. That's my view on art and fashion too. Like there's a lot of people.
Let me ask you this: would you rather be a jack of all trades or a master of one?
What would you rather do?
I said a master of one.
A master of one.
Master of one?
Why?
Because a jack of all, you can do a whole bunch of things. If you're not mastering one, then you're not a master.
Okay. You're not a
master. Like, and I feel that, and I would probably say a master of one, but I know the way my lifestyle is, I'm a jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
But I beat myself up on it, man, because it's easy to bottle a lot of stuff up inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things I struggle with, and I know I struggle with, is I don't write things down. So I have all these different thoughts racing, you know, through my mind. It's like, I gotta get this done with this. I gotta get this done with that. I gotta get this done with this. Mm-hmm. So like, I
mean, we definitely have to be a jack.
Right, but I wish I was a master of one. Yeah, I just struggle with it, man. I struggle to stay focused on one thing. I like to. There's so much different stuff I want to get done, and I'm trying to get it done before, you know, I get too old to do it.
Most definitely.
So
most definitely.
Before I believe you get too old to do it. How old are you?
28.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I believe you really do want to be a jack of all trades, because this is how the rich get richer. Okay. I think I've told this before, but it's not gonna hurt to tell you guys again, just because it's a great, pretty picture. So look, basically, what's going on is, let's just say one person has 7 needs, okay? Mm-hmm. And let's just say that one person is going to spend $1 for each of those needs. So what happens is that rich guy buys into all 7 of those needs, so he's essentially that he's going to get $1 or $7 from that one person. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is, all the owners of those 7 needs, of those companies that cater to those 7 needs, they all earn money together, because now they're going on a referral basis.
Yeah, that's like if you're thinking about making money.
Who's not thinking about making money?
I mean,
and that's why you want to be good at, or a jack of all trades, because you're going to understand the different
I'm not talking
avenues.
about, when I say a master of one thing, I'm talking about what my like calling is, like what I think I'm here to do. I want to master that.
Okay.
In terms of money, like, of course I want to have multiple income streams. But in terms of what I need to do for my family and my community, I want to master whatever that message is that I'm supposed to give them.
Okay. So I got another question for the community for you. So it's a quick fire shot.
Because I was about to say something.
Go ahead.
No, I was just trying to think, like, how can you make the community better by only being a master of one? Because it costs to make a community better.
Yeah.
And funding isn't always there. Sometimes we spend money out of our own pockets to make the community better. So how do you
well, think about Martin Luther King. He had one thing. He wanted to end segregation.
Okay.
For economics, because he didn't want Black people needing to live in one area, because then they didn't have access to other schools and jobs in different areas.
Okay.
So his one thing was segregation. And he did a whole bunch for the Black community.
Okay. I get it. And it's just a little gray. Yeah, he had to do multiple things to make that.
But that was his one fight.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Okay. So, quick shout out to Ken about the community. You don't have to explain it. It's just you tell us.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say? I thought you shot at somebody else.
No,
I'm like, shout out to Ken.
Shout out to Ken.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I gotta catch up with all
best Vegas artist. Go.
Landlord
is dope.
Respect.
Can I elaborate on this stuff, or are you just?
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Man, Landlord is dope, man, because Landlord is still here through all these years. There's so many rappers who are so dope who came and left. Some came back, and then you have a lot of new rappers who are just new. And it's cool to be a rapper because of the production. You know what I'm saying? You can get a dope beat and say whatever you want on it and get a hit. And that's just like where music is today. You know, I have to be honest. But Landlord is stuck through all of that, man. Like, all of that. And I enjoy his music. I feel like he's marketable. I feel like he doesn't just talk about Las Vegas. He can just rap about something general, and somebody in another city can relate. And I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I rock with Landlord, man.
Man, yeah, he been doing it a while. I remember, I said this before. I remember his So Much mixtape was super.
Yeah, man.
That was a Vegas classic.
And he's still going, man.
That was a Vegas classic. So, I got a feel-good story for the day, man.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this story. And you can go ahead and take this to the bank with you. Because when you go to Musashi's is a place. You said we go.
I said if we choose.
If you choose, you're gonna want to take this gold for sure. For sure, no questions. Okay. So there's this popular restaurant in the Las Vegas industry. A lot of people go there usually in the evening. It's called Musashi's. So if you never wondered,
have you been on
I should have. Yes,
that late night happy hour.
I have.
Get it popping.
Man,
even the hibachi, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Happy hour and in the unhappy hour too.
Just go there on.
Yeah, I rock with massages, man.
Man, yeah, like Omeezy said, it's a hibachi style restaurant, cooking right in front of you. But the name came from Miyamoto Musashi. And he basically is the greatest swordsman to ever live in Japanese history. Okay, so the guy, Miyamoto Musashi, he's had about over 60 battles, won them all. And back in that day, the battles were to the death. So his first battle was 13, went against a samurai. Samurai had a sword. He had a boat oar, killed him by the guy vomiting to death. So that was one of his first.
Hold on, wait.
He was 13.
He had a boat oar.
Boat oar, a oar.
Oar.
Like a paddle.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just violently smacked him in the abdomen until he died.
So
at 13. Where's his sword?
He was a swordsman.
If you can kill somebody with an oar, what you think he's gonna do with a sword? But let me tell you about what made him infamous. So he went against
Is he infamous or just famous?
He has a restaurant.
Never mind.
That's why we kind of.
He has a restaurant. That was a great answer. Go ahead.
So the thing that made him famous, he went against the Yoshinari clan. So he goes up, faces his brother, or the first Yoshinari, and they're all brothers, by the way. And they say that they're not gonna go kill each other this bout. What happens is he wins easily. One blow breaks his arm. So he had
arm is broken.
Yoshinari.
Okay.
And then so the next duel, his older brother, he took head of the Yoshinari clan, and then he wanted to do a bout where they would just kill each other, fight to the death. Okay.
Okay.
So one thing Miyamoto really liked to do, he liked to show up late and anger his opponent. So this time he showed up late. So to make them get out their game, right?
Make you wait to fight me.
No, and it'd literally be like hours, and it'd be like a whole crowd of people waiting.
Maybe he was too scared, and he was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna go. It's like he really waited. Let me. All right, fine.
Listen, this man killed a man at 13 years old.
I'm just saying,
with his bare hands. You think he's nervous?
You're making him wait.
No. So what happened was, once again, he killed him quick, blow to the head. It was over. So the last brother, he wanted to make a duel with Miyamoto in the fields. And Miyamoto suspected that it was going to be a setup. So what happened was that he got there early this time and waited in a tree. So as he's expected, the last brother came into the field with about 12 guys armed with rifles, swords, and bows. So he waited there a few hours till they got antsy, and then the youngest Yoshinari came around and he beheaded him. So basically what happened was Miyamoto jumped out, knocked him off, and then ran through the other 12. And this was the first time they recorded that somebody used 2 swords for their fight. So with that being said, that was the one that put him on. Hold
on. So Miyamoto.
Miyamoto Musashi.
Okay. He was in a cornfield.
Yes.
And he was in a cornfield, and the little brother came around somewhere from the back.
Yes. Well, he showed up because Miyamoto was already there hours before their fight.
Okay.
Yes.
So the little brother showed up. He cut off the head, and then Musashi ran through 12 of them?
Yes.
12 of them?
Yes.
Like slicing them?
All of them dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are we gaining from this story?
Okay, I'm about to. I'm want to know what you gained from it.
I'm waiting on the punchline.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no.
Sounds like I need to have some swords ready.
Yeah, you should. You should. So basically, like I said, he's had 60 fights, and the later years of his life, he lived in a cave and wrote a few books. Okay.
I'm just never gonna forget this moment next time I go to Musashi.
Yeah, you can sit there and tell them, like, why is it? You know who Musashi is? I bet you they don't.
This is hilarious. Okay, continue.
For real. So, what he usually did, what was amazing, was that he adapted to situations very well.
Okay.
And that's why they kind of portrayed him as someone like water. Have you heard that quote by Bruce Lee?
Mm-mm.
Be water, my friend.
Yes, be like water. If you pour water into the cup, you become the cup.
You do? Didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, my question is, what did you get from that story? What kind of things
Honestly,
did
I
you...
don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now. What did I get from that story?
Like, what kind of things did you notice that he...
I don't want to say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready because he was late. So I can't really say that. Why was he fighting these people? Like, I'm confused.
That's just ancient samurai history. You look at me wrong, we bout to the death.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know when
I don't know either.
Yeah.
What do you get from it?
Asian on Asian violence.
Yeah,
Asian
a lot of that
Asian
too.
crime.
No, but basically he was ready and anticipating the things that he was going to go into. Like I said, he adapts to different environments. So my question...
So on the cornfield, he was like, I got 2 swords.
Yes.
On the boat, he's like, I'm going to kill you with an oar.
Yeah. So
okay.
So basically, what he's doing is he's making sure to bring them out of their element. So
okay.
So my question.
So he brought the 12 people to a cornfield. How didn't they know this? Maybe they thought they had the advantage.
No, because what happened when he was in the cornfield, they just waited for like 3 or 4 hours. So he was literally in a tree for 5 or 6 hours, waiting for him. And then once they kind of were moving around, they weren't really paying attention anymore. He jumped out the tree and.
So it sounds like I need to have some patience then.
Yes, patience. So you got patience out of it. Yeah, is that what you're telling me?
This is
good. So one of the questions that came up when I thought of this story, what kind of qualities do you have to be able to adapt to a situation?
Adapt?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the ability to think ahead, I would say.
Oh, so it's chess, not checkers, is what you said.
Yeah.
You must not be good at chess. Huh?
People use that phrase just.
But that don't mean they know what's really going on. They don't know how to play chess. Chess is a game of royalty and wits. What do you get about it, Mr. Omeezy?
I don't know. Ask the question one more time. I just want to receive it again.
Okay.
What's a quality you need to have?
Yes. What kind of qualities does a person have that adapts well to situations?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's so. I kind of feel like it's kind of broad, but
okay. Well,
it's a little broad.
It is a little broad. Because
I can tell you qualities they should have, or they do have.
That they do have?
Yeah, that being able to adapt to situations.
Yeah, I would say foresight, but I don't want people to think that means like psychic.
Well,
you were like foresight.
That's what I would thought.
Okay, I kind of feel and I might be going all the way left.
Talk to me.
I kind of feel like leadership would be something good. Well, that's kind of like after the fact, all right. That's not leading up to adjusting. That's adjusting after something happens, right? So I mean, I don't know.
No,
I'm just thinking of having people under you when something happens, and you know how to change the plan and direct these people into a certain direction. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes,
but
yes. No, that is exactly on, because what they tell leaders is that you have to be flexible because things usually end up happening to where things that are not under your control will happen, and you still have to be responsible for the output that goes on.
Right.
So as a leader, you need to be flexible. Okay. So yeah, you was right on the money with it, on everything. I did get it. So
you got it right.
A+. So do you remember a moment in your career or just in your personal life where you actually were in the moment and you adapted in the moment instead of after the moment?
Yeah, every time.
You do it often? Oh, you better than me.
I mean, you have to, man, because if we're talking about DJing and especially in a nightclub, you have to be able to. I'm responsible for every move that these people go through while they're under the roof that I'm in. So I can control whether they're gonna have a bad night or whether they're gonna have a good night. I can control whether they fight or if they're not gonna. Or if they're gonna fight. Like you just, I just feel like you kind of got to stay 3 steps ahead. So I mean, and you're constantly adjusting based on the personnel that you have in front of you. You know, so. I don't know if that answers your question. But that's what comes to mind. It's
most definitely.
Just formatting. You know, that's
what
I think.
Adapt to the crowd. Right?
Yeah. I never know what I'm gonna play. A lot of people ask what you're gonna play or what you're gonna start with. I never know until I just see who I'm playing for. You know, and I go off of that.
So is it like second nature for you now? Like
yeah.
That's what's
When all else fails, just play some songs for women.
Okay.
You can't lose.
Can't lose.
I'm gonna play that.
Okay, for sure. I'm gonna have to write that one.
But can I tell y'all this real quick, man? We got time.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So, man, I went to San Antonio this past weekend to play at this club.
Oh yeah.
And I was like nervous because I'm like, dude, you know, I'm from Vegas. I know y'all music is probably a little bit different than ours. What do I do? And the dude was telling me like some of the stuff that he plays when he's out there. So I'm like, okay, I'll play all of that. Cool.
Yeah.
So, man, I get down there and I play some music for ladies. Like I played Bad Girl by Usher. I played Jennifer Lopez and Ja Rule, I'm Real. Just trying to play some classics. And they was like dull. Dull. It was not. I was like, man, what is going on? But it was the craziest experience, man. It was like all they wanted was trap music.
I love trap.
It was trap music. And
that's it.
Yeah, and it was like, this is different, man. This is weird, but this is dope. And this is like so different from what I'm used to. It's so different from Vegas. We would never be able to do this. This would get shut down before it even get jumping.
Yes.
Man. And like that kind of made me realize, like, man, it's kind of cool to be black in a city like this, man. Like, cause it's the standard. Yes, it's the standard, man. Like, it's hip hop.
Was the crowd black like that?
That was another crazy thing, man. It was a lot of Hispanics that bang hip hop goes in their mouth. You know, like it was no different, but it was just like it's cool. It's cool. I don't even want to say black. I take that back. It's cool to like hip hop. You know, it's cool to just be comfortable within your own skin. Yeah, you know, it's cool to be within this culture and just like if you want to hear Future and Migos and all that stuff, then it's cool to do that, and nobody's gonna bother you. Like that's your turn up. And like I felt like, man, this is like really really cool, man. Like we can't do this back home, and it just felt good. You could be turned up all night. You didn't have to worry about like getting them too turned up to where they'd be like ready to fight, you know, or like to the owners like, yeah, we gotta cut this off. But the owner was on the stage with me on Snapchat. Like I was like, yo, this is crazy, man.
That's cool. What they end up having to close it too as well out there?
They closed that too, but this is another thing, man. They got after hours. They got real after hours. So like,
what's the real after hours?
Out here, our after hours is like a club. Yeah.
Like cups in a little building.
Yeah, you bring your own bottle. Yeah, you bring your own bottle. You can't bring the bottle in, but you can pour it in a cup and bring it in, man.
Yeah. Like, ice chest.
Yeah, man. Like it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was
that's
after hours. Like to me, like it's not a nightclub, dude. It was $10 to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And like a warehouse type thing.
And here we go again with the music. It was all trap music, man. And I'm like, man, this is crazy, dude.
You gotta go to San Antonio.
You gotta be in there.
And I don't even think it's just San Antonio, man. I was just surprised. I was telling my cousin when we was done, we was walking through the parking lot, and we were like, we had a lot to drink, and I was like, man, who would have thought San Antonio would feel this good? Like, it was fun, man. Like it was a good look, but yeah. That's that, man.
Yeah, that's
live. Was that your first time traveling to DJ?
No, I went to Seattle last year to play. But that, I don't want to, okay. Seattle was cool.
Yeah,
Seattle was cool.
Yeah, they had a little better vibe. What? Little bit more chill, mellow. What?
Nah, man, they were actually a little behind on the music that they like.
Seattle was slow.
Yeah, they were really slow.
Maybe if you was in Tacoma.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, I love Seattle as a city though. Like the weather, I love that rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to check that out.
Well, they have really fresh seafood. I don't know if you like seafood, but their seafood is really really good. But
yeah, I went to what is it, Pikes Pikes Peak? Yeah, I went there and brought my dad back some huge lobster.
All right. So we got a question, and I know a lot of followers and a lot of your fans want to know, man, what's your superpower? You got a superpower?
I feel like I got a few.
You got a few? Man,
Yeah.
I be feeling the same way on everything.
Few superpowers.
What would you say one of them is?
Like a real superpower?
Yeah, can you
like,
fly?
Or like a superpower?
I'm gonna make a quality a superpower if that's what you
yes, please.
Yeah. Laugh at me.
You gonna walk through that door?
Man, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm like really good at problem solving, at like creating peace.
Yeah.
I'm really good at like
creating peace.
Yeah, like I'm really good. Like
amongst two. Yeah.
Whoever, man. Like I'm really good at making bad situations look good in a way, or looking at the domino effect of things. You know, like when I see two people that don't get along, I try to like look ahead and be like, well, what if something like this happens? You're gonna feel terrible, because y'all never, rekindle that flame or whatnot. But and that just comes with growth, man. Like I don't feel like I'm the same person I was a few years ago.
Oh, most definitely. So you think the last couple of years were the most growth in your life?
Yes, having kids changed my whole life, man. That changed me to the core. Having kids, the relationship, and just coming with age, man. Like that's but crazy. I feel like from the age 25. The ages 25 to 30, man, like those are like the most important years.
Critical.
Yeah. 20 to what?
25 to 30.
25 to 30.
I feel like those are like the years of growth, man. Like you change so much.
You don't feel like that 20, 30, 40? You don't feel like that 20, 30, 40 post?
I'm afraid of 40 because I'm like, man, because I feel like I'm okay now, but I would hate to be 40 and be like, man, I didn't know what I was doing when I was 28. You know, like,
no, that's dope.
In a way, but I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I feel like I have some strong qualities right now, and I want to kind of keep them going.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't want to outgrow.
Die off when you're 40?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just look back when I was 21. 21, I was really successful. I was making a lot of money as far as throwing parties, but just my thought process was just crazy, like all bad.
Yeah, you were talking about like your values and what you spent your time doing,
like that, and even like the way I talk to people, man. I used to be really, really disrespectful to some people. I used to have like the I don't care attitude, like
reasons why we butted heads.
Yeah. Like I was that person, and I hate it, but I love it at the same time, and because I can.
So you don't think you're that person anymore?
No.
Man, that's growth, man. That's growth, man.
No.
That's growth.
No. You know what? But I can say
you think you have it in you?
Yes.
Okay.
But I can't say this.
Don't wake the dog up.
I can't say this. Like, it's been numerous times where I would type something and I just delete it and just be like, man,
let it ride.
Where it's gonna go?
Yeah.
What we gonna get out of this?
Right.
What we gonna get out of this?
Okay.
Sometimes you just want to go in. Sometimes.
I know, man, but you can't go in on the internet, man. Like, I prefer to be in person. Like, let's talk about this. And
when it's dealing with a person, for sure, you should definitely be having a conversation.
Yeah, no, but I'm not even saying like if it's something between you and I'm saying if it's more so like a topic, and we're arguing. I don't want to do it on the internet. Like I've been there, done that, man. And it's you got a lot of people who don't know what's going on, and they just want to. They learning as the posts go on, and then they still want to argue. Like, come on, man.
And sometimes those posts don't even be accurate.
True. So I just rather argue with that or debate with that person in person. Okay. That's just where I'm at.
So tell us where we can find you at, man. Like
Instagram, which one? IG is at DJ Omeezy, DJ Omeezy. Twitter is DJ_OMEEZY.
Yeah.
Facebook /Omeezy, DJ Omeezy. SoundCloud /DJ Omeezy. The website is www.djomeezy.com.
Yeah, everything, Mr. Omeezy.
Yeah, that's it, man. Got a brand.
What made you drop the name President and choose Omeezy?
I
liked President.
I did too, man. But that's when I had a group of people that I was doing something with, and I was the president of something. Like I don't feel like it had any meaning anymore. Like, and I don't want to go around calling myself the president. Like, president what? And especially to put yourself like with a name, to brand a name like that with so much power, and I know I still have so much to learn. I kind of feel like at some point it wouldn't make sense. So, yeah, that's how I just got
to call themselves king and queen every day.
But they really not a king and queen. And you probably said it under your breath, like, man, I don't
want to. I had a post about it. You know me.
Yeah, so man, I just try to do things right, man. I do thank Vegas a lot, man, because we have a lot of DJs, and you gotta like really be on your stuff out here, man. You have to make sure that your image is correct.
Yeah,
so like. In other cities, that don't matter. If you got skills, come play. But out here, it's more so like
who you are.
It's the image and the energy that you give out. So
most definitely.
Yeah.
Oki, got any final thoughts?
No, I don't. Not today.
Not today. You lying? Can you stop lying, man?
I wasn't ready for the final thought.
Oh, you're not ready for the final thought?
I'm never ready.
What is normally the final thought? Give me an example.
Anything from the show.
Or just anything that you, wanted to address.
I don't really got it. I mean, I kind of wanted to debate, not really debate with you. I wanted to pick your brain.
Oh, you wanted to debate today?
I did. I took a nap.
Okay.
I took a
He
nap.
took a nap.
No, but not really about that, man. I kind of just, do we have a time limit? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we about to get up out of here.
Okay.
Shortly.
Well, never mind. We can talk after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that.
I don't got a final thought there.
No?
No, my final thought is, I think that when it comes to like debating on social media, me and Slim was having a conversation about this earlier, which he pointed out to me, is that we can't really look at people in terms of how they come off on social media because of the platform it's on. Since everybody can see you debating with people, sometimes people can be more defensive, or people can come off rude, or in order to just look good, they will talk around the point just to keep talking, just to argue with you. And he made a great point when he said, don't really judge people off of how they come off on social media until you actually meet them, kind of give them a chance to see who they are.
Right.
So that's my final thought.
Make sure you know the book and not the cover.
I like that.
I think that's what I think. Like me and Naoka will always have love. Is your name Oak on the show, or is it?
Unfortunately, they said my name is Oak. So even though, do not call me Oak. If you've never met my mother, do not call me that.
Well, I feel like that's why me and Oak will always have love, though, man, because I know her as a person.
Oh, my bad.
I don't always agree with how she feels, but she's entitled to feel how she wants to feel, and vice versa. So
she already told us that she was real sensitive, so you can.
I'm very sensitive.
You can go ahead and just like, when you're sensitive, it kind of like the boo boos heal up faster.
Why?
If you are sensitive, I feel like then you may, or you tell me if I'm right. By you being sensitive, does that mean that you're really defensive?
Yes.
It can cause me to be defensive. Okay. But when I have conversations, I'm not going to defend something that hurts another person.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Like when you post something and I say something about it.
And you jump right on it.
Okay.
I jump right in the pot.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Because I would never guess that you were sensitive.
You wouldn't?
No, by you telling me that you are sensitive, now I'm going to say that you get defensive then.
You know what? Yeah. Somebody that's sensitive usually takes something personal.
Okay.
And so they defend something.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I can be defensive.
Okay.
Yeah. Pass a couple things up today. Pass a couple things up.
Pass nothing up.
Oh, you just finding qualities.
There was nothing to patch.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I want you guys to go ahead and check out.
Hold on. And honestly, like when I hop on a post and I ask you something, I really want to understand why you're saying that. So understand that.
Your
like,
motivation.
I really want to know, like, why do you think that?
And you know what? From? And that's dope because, like, I kind of look at stuff like I want to know, like, I want to know where you're getting this from, and I kind of want to understand with you. Like, I want to be able to like see your point. Okay. And not to you, but I'm saying why you jump on people's posts, why I would jump on somebody's post. Like, I want to understand why you understand that.
Why you think that?
Yeah, and it kind of it'll maybe open my eyes to something, but yeah.
Right.
I don't want to take it while you're talking.
No, I'm enjoying the party.
Right. Do we have anybody tuning in? They hate us. What are they saying?
Oh, nobody talking about anything though.
They're just
listening. Great topic is what we have from Carrie.
love.
That was earlier when we were talking about abuse.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, so what I need for y'all to do for me is go check out Back to the Classics. Me and my man Jay Alonzo went ahead and reviewed the movie Gridlock with Tupac in it. Oh man, it's a dope one, man. We got a lot of laughs, dropped a lot of gems, and I went ahead and gave a little bit of Twice Talk on there. Gotta do it every time, right? Hey, do me another favor. Go out and check out OverTheTopLv.com, because if you're looking for the people that are shining behind the bright lights of Las Vegas, you know exactly where to tune in. Once again, that's OverTheTopLv.com. And remember, if everybody in the world thought twice, it'd be a better place. Love, baby.